Jehovah. You are Jehovah. You are the mighty man in battle. You are Jehovah. You're the mighty man of war. You are Jehovah.
You are Jehovah. You are Jehovah. You're the mighty man in battle. You are Jehovah. You're the mighty man of war. You are Jehovah.
I'll sing hallelujah to the Lamb of God. I'll sing Hosanna to the one who never reigns, the one who was and is to come, Jehovah, the mighty great I am. You are Jehovah. You fight my battle and I hold my peace. I don't need to worry, I don't need to fight again. You are the mighty man in battle. You are Jehovah. You are the mighty man of war. You are Jehovah.
You are Jehovah. You are Jehovah. You're the mighty man in battle. You are Jehovah. You're the mighty man of war. You are Jehovah.
Oh, demons tremble when your name is called. Mountains skip whenever you show up. You are the mighty man in battle. You are Jehovah, Jehovah, the mighty man of war. You are Jehovah. You are Jehovah, 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 Lord. You are Jehovah.
Christian Relationship Foundation on this family life. Well, today, last week I was out with my girlfriend, but today she's here. I'm excited with my partner. How are you?
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Thank you, Abios.
Okay, it's a great time coming together. I want to share thoughts with you on marriage killers. And a lot of people are shocked. Like I always say, some marriage are in intensive care unit. Some are going through broken legs. Some are going through broken arm. But actually, this is not the mind of the Creator. This is not the mind of God. The mind of God is that two are better than one. I don't know if you have ever, I'm talking about two good heads. People that have the Word of God as their standard and Jesus as their example. Our marriage is supposed to be a blessing, not a curse. No regret. You can have argument. Both of you can, trying to find a part to place your leg and have disagreement to make it work. But it is not something that will now lead to killing. A lot of things is happening. And this is not the mind of God. So if you want to enjoy a product, you need to check what the manufacturer manual said. And this is the Word of God. It's happened to be the manufacturer manual because he created man and he created the woman. He have told us if we want to enjoy marriage, there is a standard that he has set, and until we follow that standard, we might not be able to receive the joy and the peace and the progress and growth and manifestation of good things that is involved. So we're looking at marriage killers. So I will be talking to my partner to start. Let's read, and we're going to take it one by one. We are not in haste. We can take 3, 4, 5 today. Next, we continue because a lot of marriages are dying, and that's not the plan of God. So,
Okay, so thank you for always listening to this program. Our mind is that your marriage will work out. These teachings will build your home and build the husband and wife together. So what we are looking at today is keeping secrets from your spouse kills marriage. Matthew chapter 19 verse 5 says, it said, and said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they two shall become one flesh. Husbands and wives are one, and should not keep secret from themselves, as it can breed distrust among them. Learning to keep secrets from your partner. Secrets can kill your family, but don't keep secrets from each other. Don't keep secrets from each other. And what is this place talking about? When he talk about, for this reason shall a man live and cleave to his wife, and both of them shall be one. He's talking about transparency. He's talking about oneness. He's talking about working together. He's talking about opening that when you live and both of you now married as husband and wife, as God have ordained it, both of you are supposed to be working together, discuss together, do things together, because you are no longer one. As a lady, before you get married, you are on your own. But now that you are married, you are no longer alone. You are together with your husband, and both of you are now one to do things together to build your family. So when you keep secret for your partner, you are actually destroying the relationship between both of you. You are actually bringing distrust, to your life, either as a man or as a woman. When your wife begins to find out that you are keeping secrets for him or her, then he begin to, he will no longer be comfortable with you. He will not be seeing you as a stranger. It is only a stranger that can keep secrets, He wouldn't want you to know everything about it. But once both of you are now together and you have agreed to stay with that man or to stay with that woman, two of you must be transparent. The Bible says they were naked, they were not ashamed. Nakedness in that place talk about transparency. Most times you see women keeping secret for their husbands, or men will say, it's not everything you tell your wife. We often say it in this program, that is not the mind of Christ. When people say it's not everything you tell your wife, it's not everything you tell your husband, it's not the mind of Christ. The mind of Christ is that we work together. I'll be away for some time, and when I came back, we were talking. Most of the things that happen when I travel, when I came back, discuss with you, like that is how husband and wife supposed to work. Not some things you say some and keep some. Because the truth is that, devil is very wicked. Those things that you don't want to tell your husband, one day it will be exposed. And when it's exposed, what happens? You have bring distrust to yourself, because your husband will no longer trust you, will no longer believe in you. So it's better as husband and wife for us to work together as one, no matter what. No matter what that thing, discuss with your partner. So if you say, you don't understand my husband is very difficult, my wife is very hard. I want you to know that when both of you are in the will of God and doing things because of God, and because you want your marriage to work out, you don't need to hide anything. You don't need to be hard to your wife or to your husband. You need to open up, because your partner can help you. Your partner can actually deliver you out of that thing you are going through. That you have, if I tell him, I will leave it. He might just have the solution to tell you what to do, and you'll be out of that situation. So don't keep secret for your partner. So maybe my partner has something to contribute to that.
I was enjoying it. Now, the truth of it is this, like I was telling you, it's very important what are the things you don't keep from your husband? Everything. As much as you can, because you see, a man that tells the truth doesn't need to remember. If you tell your partner the truth, he will be able to help you no matter what you are going through. I know you might think that, my partner is very difficult, like you were saying. If I tell him, I don't know what his reaction. Listen, tell him. It's better that he hear it from you, so that you can enjoy the peace that God has for both of you. When you keep secret from each other, you're actually keeping your marriage. You are killing your marriage. And it will destroy that marriage, because when your partner now find out, he now ask you, but I was around. Why did you tell me? So what are you going to say? You now become a stammerer. You were not born a stammerer, but because you are keeping secret, you now begin to stammer because you don't know what to say. It's very important. If your marriage must last, be transparent. And if you say the truth, you don't need to remember. 1 + 1 is 2. Any day, anytime. So that also leads me to say, develop your character. Have a character. Be known for something. A lot of people, you can't trust them. And in marriage, for your marriage to work, if there's no trust, listen, no trust, no marriage. No trust, no marriage. So it's very important that if you don't build that character in your family or your marriage, marriage become difficult for you to survive in. So it's very important, as husband and wife, you want the best, you want to grow, you want your marriage that, just like when we are journeying the husband and wife together, I say, until death do you part. If you really want your marriage to last long and don't be graveyard ready after 10 years, 20 years, both of you become partner for a lifetime. Because a marriage that dies, the seed of that marriage is also affected. It's like when a child lost his mother, he has lost something in his own life that he cannot recover from. Yes, there are many people that will come and say, okay, I will adopt you. Adoption is not like your real mother. So when you lost something, once somebody dies, once that marriage dies, a lot of things is affected. The children from that marriage, so many things appear, happen to them. So we are saying, be true, be trustworthy, have a character that your partner can defend. Don't lie, because lie will uproot your marriage from its foundation. Because a lie is like a vanishing word. A lie has no address.
That's a good one. The other one I want to talk about, too much talk and careless talk kill your marriage. Be mindful of your conversation. Let what comes out of your mouth be edify and not barbaric.
Yes,
Mr. And mature even in your talk. Careless talk lead to disrespect, and disrespect kill marriage. Talk. Sometimes there are some things some people will just say, you begin to wonder, these people, are they really husband and wife? Like for instance, when that comes out and they are alive. So if you speak well, you are speaking life into that. Even when things are not working, use your mouth to work. Ourselves with our mouth. Life and death are in the power of tongue, and that is what Proverbs make us to understand. So you must be able to speak life. Speak life into your wife. Speak life into. Today we are enjoying what God has created because God said. Don't out of your mouth to your husband, to your, because the truth is that when you are not there, the devil begin to capitalize on it. When you tell your wife all kinds of things, or you tell your husband, in fact, you are, I know that you are a poor man. You are a poor man, and then there is no way you will make it. It's not possible for you to make it. You are this, you are that. I tell you, when you are not there, the enemy will bring those pictures, those words. You begin to, bring them to the man that this is what your wife say. And when you try to make move, then that word will come and hit him if he's not enough self-discipline. So please, we want to beg you as husband and wife, let's use our mouth to mold what we want to see. There's a story in the Bible when Moses' mother gave birth to Moses. He said, this is a goodly child, a godly child. Even at that time, there were crises. People were dying. She didn't want to, because she saw that child as a goodly child, she did everything to protect that child. He used her mouth to be able to. So what he called that child now begin to form that child, that even when other people were killed, that child was preserved. So what you speak out of your mouth has a long way to preserve your marriage. So if you speak carelessly to your partner, to your wife, your marriage will start dying. Your marriage will start dying. Things will start happening in your home. And then you'll be wondering and thinking that, oh, there's one person in my village, or that doesn't mean well for me. No. Just be careful of what you speak out of your mouth to your partner, especially when we are quarreling. When things are not working, don't utter any negative thing at that particular time. I traveled. When I came back, even when the person I went to go and see, when he was saying that when I'm angry, I just keep eating, I was just wondering that I think she's trying to prevent not saying things that she's not supposed to say. So let the man be busy. She said, when I'm angry, I will just take food and I will start eating. So of course, when the mouth is busy with food, there is no way you now begin to utter things that you are not supposed to utter. So please, when you are angry, instead of you to say some careless talk, some careless things that will make your husband begin to feel whether I'm married to a stranger, or your wife begin to feel whether is this person really my husband, it's good for you to just say good things. I remember when my children were in secondary school, and then my daughter will come back and say, Mommy, there is this boy that used to do like this, that used to do, they are looking for my trouble, they are doing this. And I told her, I said, when anybody like that do something to you, instead of you to abuse the person, just tell the person, God is going to bless you. And then when she began to say, people begin to look at her and say, this is somebody that, they offend. And then he's saying, God will bless you. And that is the issue of every day they were looking for her trouble doing, because instead of her to abuse them, then she would tell them, don't worry, this one you are doing this to me, God is going to bless you. So the words we speak out of our mouth is very, very important to ourselves as husband and wife. No matter how my husband will offend me, he's my partner, he's part of me. So if I use any negative thing for him, if that thing happened to it will also happen to me, because I'm a part of him. We are part of each other. You cannot remove yourself. That is why when we say divorce is not good, because when you say you divorce, whether you live, you are part of that. Wherever you are part of that person. That person is in you, and you are in that person. You can never forget about that person, especially the time that both of you spend together. So let's be careful of our utterances. Very important.
Okay. You are welcome. If you are just joining us, this is Reverend Simon Asomota and Pastor Grace Asomota on Me and You Christian Relationship Foundation. Now, in contribution to what you just said, careless talk, I want to read Proverbs chapter 18, verse number 20 and 21. I want to read it because the word of God is our authority. Let's look at what it said. You have to live with the result of the words that you speak. Words are able to save life and to cause death. So you must accept the result of what you say. So what you say is a result. You remember the day you met your wife, you speak good words, she pack her load and change her name to your name. Today she answering your name, and it's very important for you to know it was a result of what you speak out of your mouth. So there is a result, there is a consequence, the cause and effect. Cause and effect. So you have to be very careful. Don't use bad language. Bless your wife, bless your husband, even your children. How can you? Because you don't value them, like what my partner said. You don't value your husband, so you use bad word. You don't value your wife, you use bad word. You don't value your children, you curse them. Use good word. Another Bible verse I want to read is Ephesians chapter 4, verse number 29. Ephesians chapter 4, verse number 29. I want to read this so that you will know. because these are the instrument of transformation. Ephesians 4 verse 29. I want to read it so you see. Look at what it says. Be careful not to say anything that is bad. Say only good thing that will help people, that will help your partner. When you are speaking, speak words. Speak words like, oh my wife, you look beautiful. Oh my husband, you look handsome. If I come back again, if there is anything like a condition, I want to marry you. Do you know how many times I pay my wife dowry? I pay my wife dowry over and over. Sometimes I will just be happy and say, I want to go and see your dad so that I will give him more money because you have increased the value. This was not how you came. You are better off now. And every day, I'm getting the best. Let me tell you something. There's no country of the world that my wife have not gone to. And you ask me, how did you do it? With my mouth.
We travel with the words of our
With the
mouth.
words of our mouth. I travel to America.
And gradually
with my
the
wife,
reality will now begin to come.
Use your words. Build your environment. You see, words are like cloud. If you speak this word, they gather, and that rain will fall. If the whole cloud be full of rain, they will empty themselves upon the earth. So speak good word in your house. Use word to build your wife. Make your wife beautiful. Use your word to build your husband. Make your husband handsome. And before you know it, you use good word. Look at what he said. Then you will help to make them strong. Good word will help to make your partner strong. We help to make your wife strong. We help to, you look at your husband, he brought bread today and you needed rice. You say, honey, thank you for the bread. I know tomorrow will be better. That man will become strong. Don't use your word to kill your husband. Don't use your word to kill your wife. Common bread. You know, common bread. What is common bread? You see, you have to use your word. Build your partner. Look at what we are saying here. You will help give them what they need. He said your word will help give them. Then who? Then your partner what they need. And so your words will be good for those who hear them. Those who hear them, do not be a good word. It make your partner strong. It help you give your partner reason for living. It sees you as a good person because actually you are a good man, you are a good woman. Your husband is not your enemy. Your wife is not your enemy. Use your word to create this atmosphere around your home. Speak good word into your family. Speak good word into your home. This is how you build your marriage. This is how you don't kill your marriage. You see, like what we said in this version of Proverbs 8 verse 21, and it said, the power of death and life are in the tongue. They that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. You want to see a marriage? Today, our marriage is about 25 years, and we are still counting. I'm not ready to let go. I love my wife. I don't know about you. Do you love your wife? You should love your wife. You should, because love is not just enough. You have to choose. You choose to stay with your partner. There are many women out there. There are many men out there. But this one is my choice. So stay with it. Now you have chosen. Stay with it. Use your mouth. Make it beautiful. Make it wonderful. Begin to build your environment with your word. And as you speak this word, I assure you that rain will fall. Because you become what you say. What you say is what will manifest. I want to encourage you today. You are listening to us. Just listen. Use your word to build your family. And at the end of the day, you will see the blessing, you will see the goodness, you will see God's favor. That devil is driven out from your home. So you use your word to drive the enemy far. Because when the enemy, the accuser of the brethren come, he has nothing to say. Because the only thing your wife will remember, how my husband said I'm beautiful. How my wife said, oh, I'm a wonderful man. I can make it. Just like what he said, make them strong. So you have to build a strong relationship.
I think when husband and wife learn how to live together using good word for child, when the other person travel, you will miss just the way you miss me when I travel.
Oh yeah.
You were saying that I'm just missing you. You are not there. You know, as husband and wife, when you are always together and the things that you do is something that encourages one another. When the other person is not around, you know, it's like you just be feeling as if you are.
The reason why I miss you because you are relevant. You are not a wasted.
So, but that is what actually I want to say. There are some people when you travel, the woman will just, hey, thank God this man has traveled. In fact, let it not even come on time. Why? Because the person it
It's a
does not
test.
mean any
It doesn't
because
help.
it kind of
It's
it
not
doesn't even
helpful.
respect the woman, does not value the woman. So when you are not around the same thing, vice versa. There are also some men, this troublesome woman have gone. In fact, she will never encourage somebody, everything is this that. So please let our marriage not be as a woman, know that your husband is your king, and as a man, your wife is your queen.
Yeah.
And there's a way, when you look at royalty, there's a way you address a king, there's a way you address a queen. So see the king and the queen in your house and address them the way they are supposed to,
No.
irrespective or background or where the person is coming from.
No, I want to say,
Respect
you
one
know when you
another.
talk about respect, now the man have not been able to pay school fees. Landlord is on the neck. And there is a lot of responsibility.
He's still the king.
He's still the king.
He's still the king. Whether
see?
things is working out, the woman you must be able to recognize at that particular time. The man might not be able to meet up to the present responsibility,
But
but he
he's
still
trying.
remain the king.
He doesn't sleep
Uh-huh.
and lie
For the
down
fact
like
that
lazy.
he live is trying to make up things and things are not working yet, and maybe at that particular time you are just the one that have what it
It's a
takes.
sowing time.
So use the opportunity to be able to invest and
Bring out
encourage
the king
him.
in him.
Bring out the king in
And
him.
bring out the queen in her.
In that woman. So no matter what, there are some people they are not educated, but they have skills. There are things that are doing. Bring out the queen in that person. When you bring out the queen and the king in that person,
Yes.
it becomes a blessing. No matter what, she's still the queen. She's still the your first lady, and then the man is still your president. And then you have to be able to give him or her that due respect by what you speak to that person.
Wow, this is wonderful. I want to let you know that your marriage can work. All these marriage killers are talking about, we have just taken two, and I tell you something, you need to practice it. It's not enough. What we are sharing, we are not sharing it out of our study. We are sharing it out of our life. The things we are sharing with you is what have kept our marriage. And maybe your marriage just 3, 4, 5, 10, 15. Listen, marriage for a lifetime. You need to work on your marriage. Use this word. Build your wife. You remember the first day you met your wife? You remember the first day you met your husband? You did not insult her. You spoke good word, and the woman felt, okay, I can trust this person. Now you are together. Don't compare your marriage with somebody else. Let's take one before we call it a day. We just have some few minutes to leave the studio. Just take one. Just read one. The next
Okay,
one.
so the other one we'll look at is spending time with your spouse. Not spending time with your spouse kill your partner, or spending less time with your partner can kill. Sons of Solomon 5:1 say, I am come into my garden, my sister, my spouse. I have gathered my marriage with my spice. I have eaten my honeycomb with my honey. I have drunk my wine with my milk. Eat, O friend, drink, yea, drink abundantly, O beloved. Spending time with your spouse shall be a time you take for shall not be a time you take for granted. Be with your spouse always, except you are going on a business or things where she does not want to be part of and approve of it, or things where he or she is not needed or wanted. Spending less time with your spouse leads to a communication gap that bridge distrust that kills marriage, which is the truth. The more both of you stay together, the better. You know, it's like when I travel, we were talking of, I remember the night where till 2 o'clock, I didn't even know that it was till 2.
You were talking to me.
I didn't even know, because I was trying to give a feedback, try to talk, of what is happening and all that, so, and I didn't even know that the time I was gone. You see, when you spend time together, your communication become so effective. Both of you will now get to know yourself better. There will be no gap. You are going somewhere, just as we say in this place. I know that there are some places that I don't go with my husband because I'm not needed in that place. It doesn't mean that he doesn't love me, but I know that my presence is not needed. There are some business trip or there are some meetings that I know I'm not supposed to be there. But when you have time, take time out with your partner. Carry your partner along. go to a place. It's not all the time. Maybe you have to have big amount of money before you can take your partner out. No, just a little place. Be in the garden. Just say, what are people doing there? Just sit down there. Just be talking. Just laugh. Make fun out of your marriage. Everything is not just serious. Things are hard now. Things are like this. Don't make your marriage hard like that.
Okay, and let me tell you this, how we call it a day. And today, let me tell you something. By the grace of God, by next week, my partner will continue from this. It's a very serious discussion that we need to do. We will continue from communication. And if there's anything that have created gap in so many marriages, it's communication. I want to let you know this. What you love, you spend time with. If you, one of the ways not to show love is not to spend time with that person. You avoid the person. If you love somebody, nobody will tell you, you phone up with that person. You always call that person. Any small thing you want to give a feedback. But when you start not showing interest, that means you are already, there's already a bridge of communication. Now, this is Reverend Simon and Pastor Grace as Semota, and we are, me and you, Christian Relationship Foundation. We also run a school. I want to give you this information before we call it a day. We run a school, and the school is Irene's Academy. Irene's Academy is in Abuja. Right now, we are constructing a hostel. We also want to have children come and stay. Depends on where you come from. Now, we have a school from creche to secondary school. It's in Yanya in Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, Veterinary Road. You will locate us there. Now, we also have a church. We run a church. And this church is called New World Assembly. Tomorrow our service starts by 8 o'clock and it's just 2 hours, 30 minutes. From 8 o'clock to 10:30, we'll call it a day. So it's at the same Mopo Junction by Veterinary Road. You won't miss it. And our numbers are right on your screen. Call this number. We'll be ready to talk with you, counsel with you, or you have a program, or you want to order some of our books. We have books and we have other things, that material that will help you to live a successful Christian life. And we also have a marriage school. And you ask me, oh, what is marriage school? Marriage school is a place of information. We run our marriage school on weekend, and you can book. You can also contact us on the telephone number on your screen right now. You can book for it. We have 6 weeks course. Before you say I do, and after you say I do. After you say I do is for those that are married that did not go and attend marriage class, and they want to have those basic information now. Anytime you discover, because darkness is the devil, light is Jesus. So any area of your life where you have darkness, you know the devil will rule, because it's called the prince of darkness. So he's in darkness, and Jesus is called the prince of light. Is the light of the world. So these two things, and where knowledge is not available, darkness rule. And when darkness rule, that's where the devil strive. That's why he said, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So it's a place of information, and that place is called Irene Center, and we have marriage academy. So you can register, call us, register. You are not married, you are above 20 years, 21, depends. You are not married, you want to gather information. We have counselors, people that have been married for 30, 35, 40 years. They are part of us, and we teach on the things you need to know. And when you have this basic information, it leads you where you can make choices that will now help you in your life journey. Why is our life journey so important for us to take seriously? Listen, if you marry and you are 25 years old, and God have allocated to you that you are going to live 80, that means you have 65 years of your life outside of your parents. Now, this 65 years, you need to manage it so that you can be productive and enjoy the remaining part of your life. I believe this, that if you marry a wrong person, it was better your mother had abortion. It's a very strong thing. If you marry a wrong person, it was better you didn't even come to this life. Because if you marry a wrong person, every day of your life full of regret, whether you are divorced, whether you are in avoidance, whether you are put out, or whether you are a single mother or single man, these are just the causes of not knowing what to do. And that's why we are here, to be able to pass this information to you. Until I see you again in our next edition, this is Reverend Simon Asemota. I'm Pastor Grace Asemota saying we love you and God bless you. Thank you and bye-bye. Yeah.